What is good, everyone? I hope that you have had an amazing week if you traded, and even if you didn't, I just hope that you're doing well. I appreciate everyone coming to the stream. What's up, Too Cool? How are you doing, man? Glad to see you here. Um, I think everything is going right with the volume. Just let me know if it's, again, a little bit too low. I don't want to be screaming. Don't really want to be screaming, but the where the mic is, I'm kind of pretty much really close to it. So hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna kind of go over into what I'm looking for today, and we'll see if we end up getting that. Again, I'm looking for higher prices. I believe that that's where we're going to be targeting. Remember, these pretty much two highs up here, they're relatively equal. I think we kind of just dumped to them go up higher. This right here is pretty much my target for today. Necessarily, it's the consequent encroachment of this daily volume balance over here that overlaps with all of this stuff. And also the middle of it overlaps with this oh, okay. Yeah, I think I may have to move my mic next week or something, maybe over to the side so it's a little bit closer. But I'm pretty much like leaned in to the volume master. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. I'll look into that, but I think I'll probably try to move my mic next week, and hopefully it's a little bit louder so I'm not screaming. Um, but yeah, so my target is this say consequent encroachment of the daily volume imbalance. Again, what I was kind of looking at. So yesterday I took a trade to go higher. This was the fair value gap I was looking at for us to ultimately run this out. Now I'm looking at this fair value gap here on the hourly chart. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see. So this fair value gap, I remember the upper portion is where I'm looking for it to hold. We have this down close candle. As of right now, we're kind of respecting it, but I believe that we'll start trading up into this gap, which is the new week opening gap for this current week. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for today. Now, if you go to SMT yesterday, the trade that I took yesterday was based off of this. This looks like a mess. I'm glad that I was able to get my 50 handles and kind of just dip because kind of came up and down and up and down, and I got what I needed to. So we see SMT here twice actually, but I do believe that this SMT, or like how I'm looking at it, is that Nasdaq is showing strength and this is just a little bit weaker out of the two. That's how I'm visually seeing it. And again, what I'm looking for today, we have a premium gap opening, prices all the way up there. So we know that 50% of the time, but or maybe it was 70% of the time between 9:30 to 10 o'clock that we'll trade down to the middle of it. I don't believe that we'll be getting that today, especially after kind of what has happened. I think that we'll kind of just trade right through it. So this is the chart that you normally see me trade on. I kind of cheated and did a little bit earlier, so but this is pretty much what I'm looking at. This is the hourly fair value gap. Remember, I like seeing my trade setups form in the upper portion of a higher time frame array. So we had this, this is a breaker here. This is not as clean, but we have a fair value gap with a 15-minute order block, this fair value gap there, and I think the wicks, I think it stayed. We had a little bit of coloring outside the line, but notice how the bodies pretty much kind of stayed in this upper portion. So that's essentially what I'm looking for. Us to trade all up here. I don't think I'll take a trade today because I pretty much already got my target. I'm trying to be consistent with about taking 50 handles and kind of just leaving. So it had to be something very, very too clean for me to to the moon. Yeah, it had to be too clean for me to take the trade. So I'm most likely not doing anything today or the rest of the week. I think I'm trying to practice patience and just be consistent with being able to draw 50 handles out, and then once I get to the point where I feel like I want to do more, I've been consistent with that, I think that's when I'll start to take more trades. But yeah, this is just kind of what I do pre-market to see what are we respecting. Are we respecting bullish arrays, or are we respecting discount? I mean, premium arrays. So that helps me get a little read on the market. Again, we kind of came up here. This would also be a low resistance liquidity run signature. Also, to me, this looks like a market maker buy model. So we'll see what we get. Also on the hourly chart, the consequent encroachment. Let's just make that a little bit thicker. We have the bodies being respected here with this gap here. So I kind of really like that. So we'll see what we end up getting. But I am looking for higher prices. Too cool. Have you done anything this week? Have you taken any trades or anything? Or have you just been chilling? See, I've also been thinking about adding music, like music in the background. I wouldn't be able to hear it because I don't have headphones. And if I played it through the speaker, it would be like too loud. Oh, you've banked? Yeah, bro. That's good, man. That's good. Glad to hear. Was it a trade you took this week, or is it more like a swing? Something you've been holding? Yeah, that's what yeah, the copyright strikes. I've been trying to find like non-copyrighted music and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what happens about that. Just some like lo-fi music probably. Nothing too crazy. I don't be in here listening to rap and stuff. I don't really listen to that anyways, but definitely not trying to listen to that anytime. I just, yeah, I don't listen to it. Yes, we fell short of the January 21st New Day opening gap. We fell right real short of that. This low, actually right there, is pretty much, it hit yesterday's. So we had, oh wow, you caught the bottom on Nas and on Monday and closed. Oh yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, that's lit, bro. That's dope. Um, but right now we at this level right here, we have the New Day opening gap from the 29th and the New Day opening gap from today. They're kind of clustered down here as well. So I am noticing of that, and we'll see if we really want to trade down there. Again, I'm looking for us to trade up here, but we'll see kind of what the market gives us. Yeah, we have about like 100 gap range from yesterday's closing price at 414 to today. So we will see what we get. But yeah, who do you trade with? I was thinking about doing AMP Global. I think that's what I was gonna go with since I can do that on TradingView. I don't necessarily want to learn like NinjaTrader or something, so I was trying to do something through TradingView. Oh, with AMP. Okay, yeah, that's who I'm gonna do. How do you like them? I was trying to figure out their commissions, but I couldn't really find it actually. I think it said on like the micros. I mean the minis might have been like. I mean ICT I think said $10. I'm actually not really sure, but then I tried to find for the micros. I thought it was like 250 or something, but I actually don't know. I couldn't necessarily find it. Oh, they're not bad. Yeah, I mean that's who I honestly think I'm gonna go with. I'd rather go with them. Again, if this is as bullish as I think it is, when you want to swing, yeah, don't they make you have to like hold a certain amount of money to swing? Oh, you need over a 20K account to swing. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't think I'd really be swing trading, but you actually never know. It could be a good setup where I'm just like on a specific account, I would do that. Like what I'm doing on here, I would never swing trade. But I think on like another account, I don't think that would be that bad to just kind of swing and hold for higher objectives. I am seeing this down here. I would expect this to trade higher. Would you try? I used to be a swing trader, like I'll say swing trader, like one shot one kill, where I would like kind of wait for like a higher objective. Like let's say I thought it was gonna go up here, buying it and holding it up to there and letting it close. I tried to do that, and just now my trading style and what I like doing, it doesn't necessarily fit me. I'm okay with like taking 4 or 5 trades, to try to get 4 or 5 trades that can like reach up to here if it can do that, or 2 trades, whatever it is, to get up to there. That's kind of what I like. I would like this to kind of be a stop run, and if we can trade above, again, I remember I'm looking for things to form in this upper portion, but I do see this down here. I don't know if we want to come down here again and then go up higher, but number 9. I don't know if I remember that one. I gotta go back and I'll go back and look at that. Is that like the long-term swing trading model? I don't remember that one. I think the ones that I was like really, really on, I think it was like 6 and 7, wherever the market maker buy models are. Those were the models that I was like, oh, I want to look at that one. I just want that one. So I remember maybe model 1 was like, what was model 1? Maybe like day trading or short term. I might actually look it up right now since we got some time. Oh yeah, let me not forget to look at the news. Yeah, everything stayed the same. They didn't sneak Trump in today, so we're good here. Yeah, I think he has it on YouTube. I'm gonna see if he has it on there. ICT. Because I think he ended up putting them on there. Playlist. The charter content. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is the one shot one kill one. Yeah, at 10 o'clock. Yeah, the orange folder. Yeah, not necessarily worried about that one, but yeah, I see it. Price action model. Yeah, one shot one kill.
Very suggested price ideas on how I personally.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one. I think my favorite one was the targeting 6% a month. I forgot about that one. Targeting 6% a month. Yeah, the swing trading one is 10. That's the 10. But yeah, I remember him being in the the content when he was talking about how he would help and teach us about how to like set up a contract to trade and manage funds. Like I was waiting for that, and that just never came. Like he never actually did that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like that's what kind of got me like figuring out, because he used to say like all the time, like he knows exactly where his PD arrays form and all that stuff. Yeah, man, it was. I mean, I'm thankful that I was in his stuff, but like that was one of the things I was definitely looking forward to, was the um, all that stuff. But it is what it is. But you've been in there since 2016, so that's a yeah. You definitely heard a lot more stuff than I did, because I only got the 2021 stuff and then the original copies that you got. That's pretty much what I got. And then like the lectures, I tried to download all of them. I honestly haven't gone back to them at all. Um, yeah, I kind of found what I'm looking for, so I just haven't really gone back. Because that used to be my problem. I'd find what I was looking for, I would do pretty well, and then he'd talk about something else, and then I'd try to add that into my model, and then I would just get wrecked. Because I'd be trying to do too much, I couldn't make a decision, and then it would move, and then I would get in, and then it would, yeah. It just, I couldn't find consistency when I was watching him. So once I found it, I just left. I've been more consistent now. Like, I don't necessarily know what he's doing in his 2025 mentorship. It also doesn't necessarily really concern me right now. And ultimately, that's what he, that's what he wants. And I think that that's a good mentor. Not trying to keep you on there and keep paying and keep paying and keep paying attention. He kind of just wants, you to finally do your own thing. Yeah, it looks like we might, come back and run these. Again, I didn't like the way that looked, but we'll see. This could be high of the week. I don't think so, though. We'll see. It's 925. We'll see what we get here. There'll also probably be SMT between this low if we can hit it out. Between that and ES. But we'll see. Again, we have the new week opening gap from January, I think that's the 19th. Yes, January 19th. And we just fell short up here as well of hitting or we might have just hit it, but the December 29th low end of a new week opening gap. So we're kind of in between both right now. But we'll see. We got about 5 minutes until the market opens. So we're 4 minutes now. We'll see what we get. But yeah, since we have some time right now, we're about 5 minutes. I want to go back to yesterday's price action here. So initially I was looking at the 5-minute chart, and I ended up actually switching down to the 2-minute chart to kind of see what was kind of going on here. So I saw this as a breaker. We had a low, high, lower, low, breaks above this one, this specific one. So I was looking at this candle here, and again we had this gap. So on the 1-minute chart, if you go down, we had this fair value gap on the 1-minute chart. So I was expecting this lower portion. Also, kind of how I saw this as a, I mean, obviously it came down a little bit later, but at least my thought process going into the chart was this is balanced, like all of this is balanced. So I'd expect it not to come down here. My stop loss was actually like right there. And I was just, again, looking for 50 handles. And I was targeting the first presented fair value gap, which on the 1-minute chart is right here. So if you put a line there, that's pretty much where I was targeting. It offered 50 handles. It pretty much hit there and went lower. And I got out, obviously, before that. Because 50 handles, I think it was like 51 and 0.75, something like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much the trade yesterday. That was all I needed. And just want to be consistent with that, because then if you're shooting for the stars up here and up there, for me, how I used to trade, and this has just been more consistent for me being able to find that, and I ultimately would have gotten stopped out there, trying to shoot up for up there. But even if I was, yeah, eventually, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I think I'll start next week with starting to figure out what trading size works best for me. Like how high can I go with this in terms of contracts, and what works best for me in the trade. And because I want to definitely start taking partials and start training myself to do that. So probably something I'll be looking to do next week in my trades, where I'll have maybe 2, maybe I'll try 4. I don't really know what it'll be for me, but I'll figure it out. So again, look at the bodies being respected, and so yeah, we're having some nice PA here. So hopefully we can start to get some bullishness here and look for higher prices. would like to see a strong close above this 5 minute. This would be a 5 minute order block. Would like to see that. We can get that. I need to go to this chart soon, and then so I can put that on there. That works, but that's what I would like to see. Again, as long as we're respecting this upper portion, I like that, and then I'll be looking for this high up there, that buy side. And maybe we can even, this might be too much to put up there. Yeah, too much, that's fine. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for up there, the buy side, to get hit. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, it's 9:30 right now. Let's go. So we have a premium gap opening. 56.50. Let's go. Wait, what is that? Oh. Oops, I was about to be wrong. This goes there. 76.25. There we go. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to go down there, but just in case. So, CE. Open range gap. Just so we know. Okay, cool. So, again, we have this down close candle on the 5-minute chart here. Have that. We had at least initial response from there. Now again, I'd like to see a fair value gap get created, and that's way more than enough handles. So, no, again, I'm looking to do that. We do have SMT here, but again, like I said, I believe that we're going to go higher. We now have SMT at this high, so I believe we're going to go higher, so if we can create a gap above that, and I think this, I would like it above this candle, but we'll see what we kind of get there. Again, need the first presented fair value gap to get created, and again, looking for these to draw price up to this level. That's what I'm looking for. So this is a nice reaction from this 5-minute order block with this volume. I mean, with this bullish fair value gap. So again, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to draw up higher, but need to wait for specific signatures for anything to be of importance. I usually like to wait until the first presented fair value gap has been formed, because that lets me know a little bit of information on what I should be waiting for. What should I be doing? Because the later on it forms, the later I know that I have to take a trade after 10 o'clock, which would be like a silver bullet idea. So that kind of helps me frame that and just kind of sit on my hands and be patient and wait for price to show me it wants to do something, not just buy it and just hope it does something. But as of right now on the 5-minute chart, the bodies are respecting this upper portion of the hourly fair value gap. But we'll just be patient here. Back down into the 15-minute fair value gap. Dow is now trading higher, and these are trading softer. So kind of getting mixed open there. It looks like the first presented fair value gap will be formed here at 933. That's what it looks like. So just so you have that, you know where that is. Yeah, so 933 is the first presented fair value gap. So again, it's before 940, which means that I don't necessarily have to wait until 10 o'clock. But yeah, that's just some of my rules and what I look for. So yeah, the first presented fair value gap formed at 933. So we'll see what we get here. So currently not respecting this at all. These two down close candles, the order block is not being respected. So that's what we're seeing there, but we're also kind of seeing some SMT here, this channel there. So we do have that here where this low has, as of right now, been taken out. This one has not. So again, just being patient. I believe that, oh, what's good, too cool. Again, I believe that we're potentially going to see higher prices, but that doesn't mean that that's what we'll get today or right now. But that's what I'm looking for. If that doesn't occur, that doesn't occur. But that would be what I would be waiting for, if it's even an option. So we hit the new week opening gap high from January 19th. That's what we kind of traded into. So we'll see if this is like a turtle soup down here. Again, how I said, I didn't necessarily like this framework down here, but it could be to get people in early. They see this fair value gap or whatever model or whatever, something that they're trading, and then they take them out, and then potentially see if we can get some higher price action. I just want to look at this again. Okay, so we're close to it. We're about 34 handles away from the consequent encroachment of the gap. But again, I'm looking at higher prices, not necessarily lower prices. Again, the wicks do the damage. We want to see where this closes, especially if this can get a nice bullish close. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. That would be my assumption. Dow's trying to trade. Dow's kind of trading higher. ES is kind of showing a little bit of some strength here. So I think that this was just a rundown to take stops, and then we should trade higher. That's my thought process. Just have to wait for this setup to present itself, especially if we can create a fair value gap actually above this. I would like that, because this would overlap with this 5 minute. Let's do this so I can show you. So we can trade up above here with a fair value gap above this 5 minute order block, and we can kind of trade above this high and create a gap. That's what I would be looking for. And then we'd be looking for 50 handles if we can create a fair value gap, which would be somewhere up there. Again, I'm targeting, my initial target would be up there. So again, if it can offer me over 50, that's essentially what I'm looking for in the trade. So yeah, we hit the first presented fair value gap. I'm expecting us to run just right through that. I'm not expecting for us to hold that at all. It shouldn't be a speed bump. It should just go right through it. and that's what I would be expecting. So now creating a fair value gap here would be of interest to me. We have Dow trading higher, S&P showing a lot of strength. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking for. Want to see us create breakaway gaps, not necessarily trade down into this. If we do, be very, very slight. Don't come down here all the way, and that lets me know also that we're more on the bullish side again. And so looking just for higher price action. So we closed barely above it, the 5 minute, which is still okay. I would have liked a better close, but that's still fine. If we can create a fair value gap above this, be very animated above that, that'll definitely key me into potentially we could be looking up there. Yeah, so that's essentially what I'd be looking for. Let's see if we can get that. I would be really, yeah, just want a little bit more excitement there. A little bit more of a, if we can leave this open, I'd like that. Oh yeah, they are. They're going down and kind of, you know, running people out quick, running people out early, and then, you know, getting people confused. Because I'm kind of sticking with one side. I'm sticking with the bullishness. That's what I expect to see, especially if we can, you know, okay, now we've kind of closed it. I don't necessarily want to see it close, but again, I'm looking where the bodies are. Where do the bodies kind of stand? And if we can trade that and then have some explosive price action above this first presented, that gives me better confidence that we could start to now see this high and this daily volume imbalance, and then the weekly new week opening gap kind of draw us up there. That's what I would be expecting. But again, just gotta be patient. There's nothing here yet. Nothing here I'd click the button on yet. Because we're just banging up and back and forth and back and forth in this range, and you know, those are not, that's not something that I want to be involved in. But yeah, so we do have some SMT to the upside. Let me show you that. So this, you know, we now have SMT here. Looks a little bit weird to like that. And this failed to get up there. The same, their relevant high failed to get up there. So I am watching that and looking to see what is happening here. Again, close, like full closure of gaps. If I'm bullish, I don't want to see that at all. That's not representative of a very, very bullish market, or for me, low resistance, because we're sitting here closing in fair value gaps and overlapping price, because this is pretty much overlapping. We went up, came down, went up, came down. We're kind of overlapping this. So yeah, just going to be very, very patient here. Yeah, just like Too Cool said, we have news at 10, but I mean, see, this is more exciting right here. Yeah, it just feels like they're screwing a lot around right now and trying to get people to guess like which way is it going. I believe it's gonna go higher. That's my thought process, and kind of what we're seeing. But yeah, I need to see some type of movement away. Like this is nice, The bodies did get kind of held in here, so this is nice. I do like that, but I need to see a little bit more. Because again, we're looking for where the bodies close, right? On the 5-minute chart, we came all the way down, but look at the body right now with 30 seconds left to go. We're in the upper portion of that, so I do like that. We'll see if this lower portion can kind of hold and start seeing some signatures, because right now I don't necessarily see any signatures to show us that it must go higher, unless it does, you know, creates a fair value gap, especially after hitting this. Then we could see, you know, price start to draw up there. But yeah, this kind of, like you said, too cool. It's just chopping around right now. So there's a volume imbalance right there in the upper portion of a first presented fair value gap. So I would expect that if we're bullish, more bullish, or ready to go up higher, that we would respect that. This volume imbalance right there. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit bigger. I would expect this right here to hold price. It already dipped down into it. So I would expect this to hold us if we're in fact going to be going higher. Because this is one of the weaker ones of ICT's, we can say, bullish arrays. So if it can hold that, then that's letting us know a lot of information right there. A lot of information. So I like that push a lot from that volume imbalance, and I would expect to see some type of spooling higher. That's what I would want to see. Again, even though I know it's not I know, but I believe it's going to go higher. This is a lot of overlapping, so this is very, very high resistant. It has not been allowed to go. Even if it's going to go higher, or even if it's going to end up going lower, look at how there's a lot of overlapping. So that's letting me know also that it's high resistant. So when I want to enter, or if I'm, you know, looking to do something, I'm kind of expecting a little bit of deeper retracements. That would be my thought process with today, just looking how it's opened up in the first, I'll say, 16 minutes or so. So yeah, just a little bit more excitement, and then yeah, balanced price range. Like so like this I kind of like. Now, for me, creating a fair value gap here would be nice. We have this, and this is a pretty nice one, a nice fair value gap, and again, believing that we can trade up to there. But we may just, you know, run, and that's, you know, that's okay too. But that's something that I would be it'd be a missed opportunity, because for me, what I'd be looking for is us to trade down here. We may not even get that with this gap here. I would pretty much be looking for this, like how it matches up with this high. And then I'd be looking for us to trade up to that's way more than enough. So pretty much there. That's pretty much what it would look like if it can. But oh, there we go. So pretty much we traded right to the daily volume imbalance. I still believe that we can trade a little bit higher. Again, I think we're going to draw up to the new week opening gap from this week, which is January 26th, 2025, which the price is at 21,773.75. That's pretty much like where I'd be looking for. So we got the draw. Just now that I see this, I'd probably have to go to a 2-minute time frame, and then yeah, we have that inverse there. May not get an entry today, even if we wanted one. But going to the 2-minute chart again, the way I like to do my entry techniques or patterns is, so if we have a 2-minute fair value gap, which is very obvious on this chart, I go down to the 1-minute chart. That's why I like this one. Sorry, no. I would have to choose this one, actually. I would not want to see this one get traded to. And again, we may just run. We may not get an opportunity, which is fine. You know, that happens sometimes. That's what happens. It's a part of trading. Sometimes you can get in, sometimes you can't. So we're almost to the 21,773.75 level. Again, what we're looking at here, the SMT, how I said I didn't think that it was relevant in terms of going lower. I just thought that Nasdaq would show more bullishness. So again, we're almost to up here. You know, for me, you know, if it hit up there, I'm just done. There's really nothing else that I would be more excited for, because if it didn't just give me a retracement, it kind of just ran, and that happens. So yeah, we'll see what we end up getting, but you know, right now, yeah, this would have been the gap. I would have liked to seen it kind of not hit up there yet and come down here. Then I would have been a little bit more excited to actually do anything. I would have liked it to remain above this. I would have looked at this as a breaker, and you know, remain above this, and then you know, I would still enter there, or maybe since I know it's a little bit high resistance, maybe a little bit in the middle. But that's what I would have been looking for, but just didn't offer me a setup, so, and that's fine. Again, I think the draw is the 21,773.75. So let's put that on there. 21,000. 21,000. Was it 7.3? I think it's 7.5. Yep. So that's the new week opening gap. Low. That's where I was ultimately think it's drawing. Yep. So that's where I think it's gonna go to. That's my ultimate like high point is there. And yeah, looking at it right now, for me, it's just I don't want to be up there. I don't want to be buying up there. So even though, you know, I believe it's gonna hit there and hit there, but even on it, I don't even think that that's 50 handles away. It's not worth it to me. Not at all. So yeah, right now I think we're in yesterday's. I think no, that's Monday. So right now we're in we pretty much hit the first presented fair value gap from Monday, January 20th. That's pretty much what's up here. You know, on the 5-minute chart, like that's a pretty large candle. And again, if I were to expect, yeah, buying right now, you'd be chasing. I'm not trying to get all up in that. That can be for anybody else. You know, the setup for me was down here and then trading up to there. So really nothing there for me, but that's a large fair value gap if it can be created. And then again, if this can be created on a 5-minute chart, I wouldn't even want to see it trade back down here. That's not even an area of interest for me. You know, that's not saying that it can't do that, but I wouldn't want to see that. Like even go to a 4-minute time frame, the fair value gap is, as of right now, like right here. So it can still, I mean, it can still offer that. It still has room. Technically, you need to go up to that point. So yeah, this would be the on the 4-minute time frame. That would be the one that I would be paying attention to. Oops. But since it's pretty much, you know, kind of hit where I believe it's going to go, you also have this high here. I'm not really interested in taking a trade. But yeah, so I would expect for this pretty much up to this point to be held, and I would want to see this lower portion be held as a breakaway gap. So this is how I'm envisioning this. this, I'd want to see this as a breakaway gap there, and I expect price to be held here and for us to target up there. That's would be my expectation from looking at the 4-minute chart. We have this high here, we have a fair value gap. If I'm bullish, I expect what? The upper portion, so this lower portion I don't even want to see being traded into if we're as bullish as I think. So that's what I'll be looking for. So because it's already hit, again, I'm not in this trade, but this would be where my trade would be. Like here, let me just put it on there so you can see. It'd be here. Stop loss would have to be below, and then targeting 50 handles, which is, we'll just leave it there. So this technically would be my trade. Of how I do it right now. That's how my trade would be. But that's how my trade would look. Just so there's an understanding of kind of what it looks like and what I would be doing. Because I'm expecting the new week opening gap to draw price. That I'm also expecting, I think we just have a lot of anchors or magnets pulling price higher from what I kind of explained. But if, let's say I would have lost yesterday, or I didn't take a trade yesterday, I couldn't find it, this would be the trade setup. So yeah, now we're kind of using the new week opening gap low from December 29th. So I kind of want to see that. Also the low end of the discount daily volume imbalance. I'd kind of want to, if we're going to come down, I'd actually rather us not hit this and kind of just, you know, trade up, showing a little bit more strength here. Ultimately targeting here, especially, you know, we thought it was a little bit of a high resistant condition. So we'd expect a deeper retracement on the 4-minute chart. Why did I choose the 4-minute chart? Just so this was the clearest one fair value gap that was above this high. That's why I specifically chose that one. That's just why I did that. So now being here, and again, whatever happens in this trade, whether it wins or loses, whatever, obviously I'm not in the trade, but this is a thought process. This is an actual trade setup for me, that what it looks like and why I would choose specific, I was about to say, why did I do that? I was trying to say, I guess the news drop. Why I would choose specific fair value gaps or specific areas in price. But that's pretty much what my trade would look like. Yeah. So I pretty much look for the cleanest one, because when I see multiple fair value gaps like this, I don't know which one is important. So what I'm trying to do is find the most important fair value gap. And if I'm bullish, it doesn't mean it can't trade down here. Like, it doesn't mean any of that. But like, I'm trying to find the one that's important, because if I'm in a low resistant liquidity run signature, or if I'm on side, like this, it shouldn't trade down to here. So I'm automatically like seeing this as a breakaway gap. Like, I don't want to see it trade down to there. So that's how I, you know, filter through the time frames. Because when I went to 3-minute chart, 3-minute chart's fine too. This would be fine too. I really wouldn't even want to see it trade down there. Right? I want to see it kind of hold there. And so for me, I want to see this remain open just on a 1-minute chart. I'm saying, okay, this is a breakaway gap. I don't want to see it trade down there. I'd want to see it stay in this specific, let's put that in the front, above. Maybe I'll do like, nope, still didn't do it. Bring forward. Nope. Doesn't matter. But this upper portion is what I'm essentially looking for a price to hold. Now trading down in here, obviously it's okay, but that's not what I'd necessarily be looking for, not necessarily what I'd want to see. You know, that's pretty much how I trade. But I explained also why I did not want to take this trade, because of what it's already done. I'm not interested in that. I would have liked it beforehand, and it's not meaning that this trade can't win, or now and whatever. It's just not my ideal trade, because it's already done what it's done. Like what I wanted to see, it's already happened. So, but yes, I don't move my stop loss deeper. You know how like that used to be a thing that I would do, is I would, you know, see it coming closer, and you keep running it deeper and deeper, and then obviously your R and everything gets all messed up. But this is what the actual trade would look like. Like this is how it would, this is what it would look like if I was to take this actually. Yep, so I would have been stopped out for what, 41 points or 41 pips, or handles, I'm sorry. That would have been the trade if I would have taken it. But again, I was not, yeah. I don't like how it had pretty much offered what I was looking for in the first place. So even, we come back and hit the first presented for value gap, it could come all the way down here and then, scream up higher. It could come down here and just melt. Yeah, that wick to the upside is not a, I don't like how this does this. But the wick to the upside, let me just take this off. That there is not as strong. Stronger to the upside. But yeah, so wouldn't necessarily want to be seeing that in the trade the way that it looks. But yeah, so we came back down to the first presented for value gap, which again is inside of this. But yeah, very glad I stuck with my thought process and my not wanting to take a trade today, but especially not this one. Yeah, it doesn't mean it can't, literally turn on a dime and come up here, but yeah, the fact that, that's pretty much how I look at my trades. I just look for the cleanest fair value gap out of them all, and then I look for the top one to hold price, and then like that's pretty much what it is. I see respect here. Okay, the top one, if it's bullish, should hold price. So this only went 38 handles in my direction before stopping me out. So that's things that I note down and write down. I guess I didn't take the trade, but I would have if something else was more present. That's what I would have probably taken the trade. But yeah, I just didn't offer it, so that's fine. We have a lot of deep overlapping price action. And we had the news at 10, like home sales or whatever, but nothing to be like, yeah. I mean, I don't think in home sales we should be seeing this type of price action, but you know what? It can do what it wants to do. But yeah, so that's how I visually see it. And again, like this one, it just didn't work out, and that's fine. There's ones that do. So now we hit the consequent encroachment of, why can I figure out what this thing is? There we go. It's this one. Of the gap. Again, also here you have kind of like a breaker on a 1 minute chart encapsulated inside of this. But yeah, we might have done a little topping formation with Thursday. But we'll see. I don't know. Won't be on here for all day pretty much. We got the draw, what we were looking for. Just again didn't offer a setup to hit that level. Yeah, I just like to cycle through them. But we shall see. So like this, like let's say we had let's say I was actively looking at lower price action, right? And we have 41 seconds here. Let's say we create a fair value gap on the lower end of this. Just want to make sure. So we did have SMT there, but I think we created equal highs here. Yeah. So we created relative equal highs here. There, it's Thursday. Potentially could be looking at a top. But yeah, it just kind of melted. Like the fact that it didn't actually take out that high. We felt like what, let's see. We fell 8.75 handles away from this, and also looking at the new week opening gap low from this week. I don't know if we traded into the gap. We might have. No, we were unable to make it up into the current new week gap, yeah, which would have been that low. So some interesting price action here. I'm gonna take all this off for now. Oh, let me hide it so I can go back and note this stuff later. Yeah, so we've closed below this. So now let's say like I was actually looking for price action to go lower. How I again frame this is, okay, we're in the lower portion. We have this breaker. We have SMT on a higher time frame where we were unable to get up here with ES. So again, this whole this portion of this 5-minute fair value gap along with this breaker and then this wick, I would expect it to hold on this time frame because this has one clear one. I don't need to change the time frame. So I would look for, okay, cool. I'd look for this to here accompanied with, and you have this wick as well. This, so this breaker with higher time from SMT, I wouldn't want this portion to get traded to. That's if we can create a 5-minute fair value gap here. If it does it now, I'm not necessarily as interested, but that's what I would be expecting. Like I'd want to see this this upper portion not get traded to. So that would be the idea. That's what I would expect. And so if we do get this action where we kind of come up here and then we kind of scream away and we show that, if I was looking for a trade, I would actually expect this to remain a breakaway gap if it can. That's what that would be my expectation. That's how I read price and give me an idea of what I could potentially be looking for. That's pretty much it. So, yep, I would, like that. We didn't even trade up into here, so that's fine. Then if we can create a 5-minute fair value gap here with let me take this off because that's getting kind of annoying too. I would expect this to remain a breakaway gap. Or if it wants to come up here, that's fine, but it needs to reject immediately. That's how this would that's what this like framework would be. But yeah, still S&P has not taken out that equivalent low. I still think we're gonna go a little bit higher. I don't think this is fully going lower. I just think we kind of ran up, fell short, and they kind of raked it against everyone. Just based off the way S&P looks and also the way that Dow looks, I think that this is just a deeper stop run. That's just what it looks like to me. That will run through all of this, and even the fair value gap on the 5-minute chart might get ran through. And yeah, tomorrow is Friday, so definitely not really interested in taking a trade tomorrow either. So that pretty much kind of for me wraps up the week. Just one trade, that's fine. I used to want to trade like every single day and try to find a setup every single day and trying to do like, it's not that deep. Like less is way more. And like I tell myself, oh yeah, Friday and monthly close. Yeah, that's see too cool. That's why I'm glad you're here, man. You just be reminding me of stuff that like I just be forgetting about. Yeah, Friday and monthly close. Yeah, get out of here, bro. Not trading that. Not trading that at all. I will live stream, but I will. You'll see this thing. Let me just do it now. Because when I don't trade, this is pretty much what I do. Them things is gone. Yeah, I turn that off. Yeah, nah. But yeah, I think this is like a deep stop run. Get everybody out, and then say, okay, let's now it's time to move. Because again, I'm watching this, right? Look at the bodies. The bodies are still staying inside. So, an S&P did not take out its low. Dow is trading like, as I'm talking, Dow is trading into it a 15-minute for value gap, and seems to be respecting it. This was unable to take out this low. This did take out the low. So I'm expecting this to just all get ran through again and maybe, start to test up in here. That'd be my assumption, but could be wrong. Yeah, see, I forgot about that monthly close and a Friday. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Not doing that. But look at that, just rake against everyone. And then I think it's going to go up there and do it now. And then on the trades like, or days like this, I'm trying to tell you, like, oh, my blood would be boiling. I'm like, of course I'm in the one that takes out the low. like that would be like what my thought process would be. Like S&P doesn't take out the low, but Nasdaq takes out its low. Of course I'd be in that one. That's pretty much how I would be looking at it. That's what I would be saying. And obviously that's not helpful when you're trading. You just were in the one that took out the low. Okay. There's other days to trade, especially when you're younger and like a newer trader. You think that this trade is the last day you'll ever take a trade and there's no more trades on the planet for you. And that was the best one that was ever going to occur. Like those were the thought process. Those were things that were going in my mind. And again, like they're not very fruitful. But yeah, as of right now, it's kind of reacting the way that we would expect for a bearishness. It's kind of responding that way. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't finna lie to you. But again, on the 5-minute chart, what I want to see, this lower portion not get traded to the lower portion hold price, it not have the ability to trade up there, which is what we see. The bodies were respecting there. Yeah, that's kind of, if I was looking for lower price action, that's how I would have framed that setup. But again, I think we can still go higher, But you never know. Dang, I'll probably get off here maybe like 10:30, 15, about 16 minutes from now. Again, look at the bodies. The bodies being held in here. Like, nah, this John should have been moved already. Like, it should be gone. It shouldn't be held right there. So that I don't like. That's the signature for me that I need to pay a little bit more attention to it, because it's not, if I was short, it's not, it shouldn't be respecting that right there. And I'm also looking at this one, the body on the 5-minute chart. Again, it's above. So that for me is a little bit of concerning, and also that we're below this low, no problem. That we're below this low and we're consolidating. We should be below this low, come up, and then we should be expanding away. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that. We can't expand. We love expansion. Expansion. Again, Dow showing Superman strength, as always. Doesn't want to follow along, but yeah. The fact this is the last week of the month, too, I had honestly a little bit forgot about that. So yeah, tomorrow's a no-go. I'll keep what I got. I mean, is it probably going towards what the... Yeah, we hit the new day opening gap from today, the clustering that's down here. That's pretty much what we hit right now and what we're sitting at. Also, we hit the new day opening gap from December 2024. We hit the high of that pretty much up here. That's what was there. But yeah. But yeah, for me, I mean, like, we're trading down into like three new week opening gaps. Yeah, I mean, like, what do I even target? What would I be targeting for a downside objective other than like 50 handles? Which is what, right there? But I mean, yeah, what do you even, cause yeah, what am I targeting? Just this low, like, I mean, I guess maybe where this is, it's like the low end of the clustering of the new day opening gaps, but yeah, nothing really there for me. And I wouldn't like this type of price action right now in my trade because I'm consolidating below a low. I'm in a lower portion. This should like already be moving. Because if I was in the trade, let's see. 7 minutes and we've gone nowhere. So that's concerning to me. Doesn't mean it can't hit, because usually before 30 minutes is pretty much roughly around a time frame that it takes for my trades to hit. Like they normally hit before 30 minutes. So the fact that in 7 minutes we haven't really gone anywhere, we're consolidating below this low. It's it also looks too much like I think a bear flag. I think that's what they call it. Looks too much like that for me. So, but yeah, above the constant encroachment of the 5-minute chart, the wick traded up to that. So we'll see. I just don't like the way Dow's trading against them, and it's just mixed. So just think there's other days that are better. It's kind of cool. We hit the first presented fair value gap. That's what this high is. It was created, the first presented fair value gap from Thursday, December 19th. So we pretty much traded back up into that. That matched up with this. But yeah, I mean, maybe I guess, you know, targeting wise, the first presented fair value gap from Friday, January 17th, which is pretty much, we'll eyeball it like right there. That's what that would be. Now, in terms of like the actual trade setup, it would have just fell short of 50 handles. Usually I do 52. It's usually what it is. Usually I go for like $102 is usually what I'm looking at. So it would not have hit that. Just for me, it's just too shallow retracements below. Yeah, just too. The retracements are just really shallow below the low. And then Dow again, not showing any weakness. So it's mixed. I don't like that. So again, we'd like to see respect if this is, in fact, going to go lower. This candle. I mean, pretty much this range of a candle. Let's just go. Can trade up to the body, but or the opening price, but pretty much this would be a order block. The 5-minute chart. So we'd expect that to be held. A little nasty looking breaker on the 1-minute chart, but that's pretty much. So it might have been filled there. I don't think so, but it might have been filled there. Okay, so it would have been filled there. So potentially the first presented fair value gap from Friday, January 17th gets traded to, which is that low. I mean that about to say orange. That purple level right there is the first presented fair value gap from that day. But we may not get that. We're trading down into the current day, new day opening gap, and the clustering there. Also with that, clustering with that is the December 22nd new week opening gap. That's what we also kind of hit there. But again, Dow's trading higher, and S&P and Nasdaq are trading lower. So it's mixed. And S&P looks too much like trend line stuff. Like this looks like a trend line that people would be drawing. I'm not sure exactly how they draw it, but that's what that looks like to me. And then this is trading higher, so I just don't think that ultimately go lower. I think we do trade higher, but yeah, we'll see kind of what happens here. And I'm pretty much gonna be leaving in about 7 minutes. All right, too cool. But yeah, pretty much for me, I'll be ending it in like 6 minutes, 10:30. Really nothing else that's interesting to me. But we did get the 50 handles, or 52 from there to there, which targeting the first presented. I didn't hit there all the way, but again, I don't think that this is a short. And that's just my opinion, but I just don't think it is. I think we just raked everyone to then go higher. But for me, what I've realized is I do best when I target 50 handles, and that's it. Like maybe, get to the point where I have some down there, but take the bulk off at 50 and then let the rest run. Trying to figure that out for myself when I get to that stage of pyramiding, and not pyramiding, but taking partials and how much I can actually trade with. So have to learn that and figure that out for myself. Because I used to try to take advice from other people, but again, their system isn't my system. They don't trade the same way that I trade, and they may have specific things that they do, but that may not actually work for me. So I just have to figure out what works for me. So yeah, next week is when I'll be starting that, pretty much figuring out what is my model in terms of using contract sizes, because I've been pretty much doing this. If I go back to, let's see, my journal with trades, December 12th was the first live trade I took, or trade I took, even demo is what I more mean. But I've been doing this since October. Like where I actually found my model in October. This is how long I've been doing this for, which has been one of the best things, because I would never stick to a model. So this is the longest that I've done that for. Very proud of that. Okay, so now it looks like they kind of want to get in sync now. So then what I'd be looking at is, if we in fact do want to trade lower, this. How much lower does it go? I don't know. I actually have no idea. It could go lower forever. But again, trade back up into here. Looks like we're now getting follow through with ES. So I expect to go pretty deep. We have 2 minutes. So we have a high there, this breaker here. This is a little bit deeper up into this, but that's what I'd be expecting it to hold. If we can create see 2 minutes left. Fair value gap there. Again, that'd be a breaker, expect that. And then the stop loss would go like right there if I was in this trade. If it forms, it may not even form. But like again, where can it go though? We have all of this price action here. That it's just, that to me just seems like so balanced and efficiently traded. So I think it would be like a lot of something very, very big, I think, would be needed to trade through all of this block of price action. But yeah, so we're unable to trade through that. So for me, this is dead. When I mean trade through, I meant close. So that scenario for me would be out of the table if I was looking for that. I wouldn't just take that, because it's not showing the signature. It should close below that. I know ICT, takes trades where it trades, it just wicks below it, and yeah, that's him. That's not me. I like to see it close below, because that shows me more willingness to trade the opposite direction. And so if I was like kind of, let's say, shorting and kind of holding it, and like I don't really know where it could go, I'd be just holding until as long as it's 50 pips or 50 handles, I'd be holding until S&P takes out its low, which it looks like he's about to do now. Pretty soon, there. But yeah, if it trades through all that, I feel like that's very important. So we hit the first presented fair value gap from Friday, January 17th. That's what that purple line is. Okay, so now ES has done that as well. So we've taken out that, and then that for me would be kind of confirmed. This seems to be trading a little bit softer. So yeah, that's pretty much what it would be at that point. But yeah, this is just very, very ugly price action. Even though it kind of traded down there, this one went up here. It's just kind of very ugly. And not interested in trying to, I mean, maybe it does come down here and the whole day we just melt and trade down here and erase all of this. It's possible. But yeah, all right, it's 10:30. So I'm about to log off, and maybe I'll stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably stream tomorrow and be back on and just see what it looks like on the last day of the month of January. So I appreciate everyone that's been on. Too cool. I appreciate you for always supporting and being here. Yeah, just really, really thankful for that. I will definitely talk to you on Instagram and stuff. But thanks for everyone who's been here and watches, and I appreciate that. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out. Hope you guys have a great. No, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Yeah, I hope you guys do well. Take care.